Hey creatives, it's that time again when we all share our favourite projects from the year, and I usually do this as a blog post, but I thought this year I would do it as a video because video has been pretty much my thing this year. So I'm going to walk through some of my favourite pieces from 2017 with a little bit of backstory, and pretty much most of them have a video attached to them, so I've done a video over the year for them. And so what I've done is you've got all the links to all of the projects below in the description, but I've also put together a playlist so that if you want to binge watch the whole lot, then you can. Right, so I'm going to get started with this project.
So I'm sharing these projects in no particular order, but I thought I'd start with something bright and colourful and cheery to get us going. And although this is a really simple page from my junk journal, it's still one of my favourites from this year, just because it is so bright, and I love the way that those hot colours of the flowers in the background contrast so nicely with the green leaves. I don't know, I just really like that. Now, 2017 had a little bit of a bumpy start for me. Creatively, it's been a really good year, but on the business side of things, it perhaps hasn't been one of my best years. Around about the last quarter of 2016, I came to the end of a contract, and then in the first quarter of 2017, I found that my path was pretty much diverging from the direction that another client wanted me to go in. So it basically meant that I started 2017 with 2 less clients on my books, which can be quite a frightening situation to be in when you're trying to both develop yourself as an artist and continue to bring in revenue. Because hey, we've all got to pay our bills. But this really is the ups and downs of being a freelance creative, and you have to learn to make the best of it. But as I said, artistically, 2017 has probably been one of my best years. You know, I've taken a few more risks and tried to work on things for myself rather than trying to please other people. It's tough getting the balance right, and I'm still working on it and still trying to improve. But another thing that's really been great fun this year, and I've said this before, but just working on videos. I didn't realise I'd enjoy doing them quite as much as I do. It took me a while to get started in this medium, and I've had a lot to learn, and I'm still learning, which is great because that's what I love, that and being creative. So that's been a really happy discovery for this year. And I'm excited that I get to share more videos, more creative art and craft videos with you next year. Now, I've been pretty lucky again this year to continue working with a lot of great editors and doing article work for magazines. And here's an example of one of my favourite articles from this year, and this one was in Papercraft Essentials. And you can still find the bonus card step by step on the internet for this article, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. And I'll also link up all of the social media outlets for the magazines that I'm currently working with, so that you can go and check those guys out too. So surprisingly for me, flowers have kind of featured a lot in my work this year, and I've used them very much as a way of experimenting with different looks, different styles and different ways of drawing. But also one of my aims this year was to sort out my shops, my online shops, and I have got some digital products up in my Etsy shop from one of my flower ranges. So that's something I'm hoping to build on some more in 2018. And the project that I'm showing on the left was actually from one of your favourite videos this year. It was one of my top 10 most watched videos, so if you missed it, go check it out because it's got a technique in it for layering gelatos. Now, one of the things that I quite like doing are off-the-page projects and sort of model making. I quite enjoy doing things like that. I didn't do an awful lot of it this year. I perhaps did more for magazines than I did for my own online stuff, but I did make these little chaps. And they were very simple to do and a lot of fun. And after you've looked at the video showing you how to make these, go and check out Vicky Sheridan. I'll leave a link below for you. So she made a really fun version of these as well. I think that October and joining in with Inktober was quite a pivotal time for me this year. I totally committed to it, so it meant that my daily practice really was daily practice and not interrupted at all. So I was really able to just experiment with different things through that whole month, and there's a lot of designs that I've continued doing from it. So it's led to a lot of ideas that I'm kind of hoping that I can develop into something further. So watch this space. I think daily art practice sometimes needs to be more than just doing. I think sometimes you need to have a very concentrated and focused outcome that you're trying to develop. I mean, probably realistically there's a balance between these two things, but I do think you need purposeful practice as well as just letting yourself be free and practice. And those of you who follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been doing quite a lot of these patterns and just trying to practice shape and form through pattern practice, and trying to also expand my repertoire so I don't get too stuck in one thing, but also balance that with developing a kind of style of it. And I've been really enjoying making planets. So yeah, they're very abstract planets, but they're really great fun, and I've been loving the names that you guys have been suggesting for them when I couldn't think of names myself. So that whole planet thing, I think it kind of started with this one that I made for one of my art slices back in April. And then I didn't really do my next one until, well, just really recently. I don't know, they just kind of really appeal to the scientist in me. And I just keep imagining who lives on these planets. Okay, so away from planets and back to pattern. And this is a motif that you've seen a few times in the last quarter of this year. I'm still tinkering with it and playing with it. So we'll just have to see what happens to it in 2018.
So that was a quick overview of my creative 2017, and I hope it was useful to you and interesting. Now if you felt like it, I would love to hear your stories from 2017, your ups and your downs creatively, so feel free to share them. Now pretty much what I want to say now is just a massive thank you to all of you for watching my videos this year. It's been great fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have as well. And you know, we're going to do a lot more of it in 2018. Hopefully you'll be pleased to know that I already have 2 videos scheduled for the first week of 2018. So let's make 2018 the best creative year yet. Happy New Year, everyone.